Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to Our Issues Birmingham. I'm Tommy Spina. Today's guest is David Carrington. How are you doing, David?
I'm doing great. How about you, Tommy?
I'm making it. We go back a bit.
Vestavia, well, actually before Vestavia days.
Would you grow up in West End?
No, I didn't. I grew up in Houston.
Oh.
I came here in 1978.
A transplant.
With Parisian. One of our biggest challenges in our state is that we export our kids.
Yeah.
I actually was an import.
We'll talk about that. David is Jefferson County Commissioner, and he's in charge of the Finance Department, right?
That's correct.
And what does that entail?
Well, it entails collecting taxes, unfortunately. It includes the Information Technology Group. Right now, I'm working on business development and economic development throughout the county.
What is our financial condition since the bankruptcy?
It's very good. When we filed for bankruptcy, we had $3.2 billion of sewer debt, and with the bankruptcy, we were able to shave about $1.5 billion off of that, which will save the citizens, billions of dollars in interest and principal. And then on our general fund, we're still a little bit short, and that's why we had the Amendment 14 in order to allow us to refinance the debt. Mm-hmm. But we've restored the sheriff back to his funding. We opened satellite courthouses in Hoover and Gardendale. We still need more money for reopen. We still need more money for roads, and hopefully we'll be able to get a pathway for that shortly.
Well, you talk about you being an import?
An import. I'm an import. What we're doing now is we're exporting too many of our young, bright, single adults to Charlotte or Nashville or Birmingham, Atlanta.
Correct me if I'm wrong, although we see all this activity going on the south side of Birmingham particularly, and in other spots as well, we're lagging behind in jobs. Well, I am told. We don't have jobs.
It's interesting with the economic development activity, not only in Alabama and Jefferson County, throughout the country, jobs aren't what they used to be. There's high-tech manufacturing. So to produce automobiles, you need many people, but there are people that can maintain, program, operate robots. And so the number of jobs per X of output has decreased. So it's a challenge not only for us, but for everyone.
Well, do you think that Birmingham's, historically has had somewhat of a bad reputation for being business friendly? And among other things, is that dissuading companies from coming here?
No, I'm talking to companies every day about relocating here. And 2 years ago, we announced $1 billion of new economic investment into the county. Now, you don't see an immediate impact because if you're going to build a plant, obviously you make a decision and then there's a 2 or 3 year lag to the opening of that. But we've recruited Oxford Pharmaceuticals, which is a generic drug manufacturer that just opened on Lakeshore. Camtech, which is a supplier to the automobile industry, put in $500 million in a new plant, hired another 354 people. Publix just opened a regional distribution center on the west side of town.
A regional distribution.
Regional distribution.
I was talking about the
downtown
just recently opened retail establishment.
Yeah, but retail establishments are phenomenal, but they've now placed ahead that this market is large enough that we have our own regional distribution center to service Alabama. So there's a lot of economic development activity. As I mentioned, in 2015, we had over $1 billion, which was our largest year by far. And then last year, we're going to end up reporting close to $500 million. So the economic engine,
$500 million
in new economic development investment. So the engine is starting back. But what a lot of people don't understand, I'll give you 2 pieces of data. I'm a math major. One,
I wasn't. That's why I went to law school.
So I'm going to make it simple for you. Okay.
I feel like if you can balance a checkbook, that's about all the math you need unless you're going to be an engineer.
Tommy, at your level of income, you don't need to balance a checkbook.
Well, somebody does.
Okay. Well, that's why you have a CPA. The GDP, the gross domestic product, which is the measure of economics in a community, the GDP in the Birmingham metro area is greater than Mobile, Huntsville, and Montgomery added together.
Really? Well, do we have more people?
Oh, we have more people, but we're putting more output too. I mean, when you talk of the economy of Alabama, you have to talk about the economy of the Birmingham metro region. And then the second number I'd like to give you is Smart Asset just finished calculating the increases.
I thought you were just insulting me. Smart Asset. You better say that fast. Go ahead.
Proceed.
Yes, you may proceed.
They calculated the growth index of the GDP, the gross domestic product, in all counties in the United States. There are about 3,150 counties, and we were in the top 5%.
Wow.
Top in Alabama. The problem we have a little bit.
Nobody knows these things.
Well, that's why I'm on the show. That's why it's important. You know, what happens is an Airbus gets a lot of publicity. And I think it was an $800 million investment, give or take. Camtex put in a $500 million investment to supply Mercedes and Hyundai and Honda, et cetera, and it doesn't get as much traction. So we're hitting a lot of singles and doubles and triples. We're not hitting the home run. We're not doing the Airbus. We're not doing the Polaris. But our economy underneath those major announcements is quite vibrant.
Well, you said a word that triggered a brain cell for me. And when
math.
I know it wasn't math. I always believe it should be just three things: paid in, took out, left over.
Right.
That's basically how you run anything.
Right.
But you said the word bus. So when we come back from break, I want to talk about transportation for a minute. I think the county's involved in that, aren't you?
Yes.
To a good bit. To a good degree. All right. This is Our Issues Birmingham. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with David Carrington.